Good morning, everyone. How's everyone feeling out of 10? Welcome to the wake up call.
Good morning. I'm going to go with 11.
11. I'm going with
11.
lucky number 11. Welcome to the wake up call. We go over the cryptocurrency news and analysis and our weird takes. And we'll start it off with Alex uh, with the weird takes.
Yes. Okay. I've been pretty consistently just saying
It's neutral.
the two lines in the sand. And the bottom line, we need a weekly close. Now I don't know, but we need a weekly close at least above the 50-week EMA, which is at around $101,000, or I am going to turn bearish. And now I want to be clear. Let me very much clarify what I mean when I say that I'll turn bearish, because I know a lot of people are still in this mindset. Okay, that means then what? That it's over for the cycle and see you in 2028. And I'm not even close to that mindset. And we can still close above these moving averages. Okay, so let me lay out for you kind of a scenario for this worst case scenario where, all right, we do close below the 50-week moving averages. And it is, remember these words, 2019 with ETFs. So let me show you 2019. Somebody pointed this out on my live stream yesterday. 2019 is actually a really good comparison to right now, because when we had this big rally with Bitcoin in 2019, Bitcoin went from $3,000 to $14,000, almost at a 5x. Altcoins didn't do anything. Altcoins didn't do I mean, like Ethereum did a 3x. A lot of altcoins just literally did not do any. They were just straight up flat during that time. And then quantitative tightening ended in August of 2019. And we have, just real quick, forget about the COVID crash. Let's not talk about it. I mean, what would Bitcoin have done? It probably would have just ranged between $6,500 and $10,000 that entire time without the COVID crash. So look at what Bitcoin did on the weekly candle with the 50-week moving averages. Let me get rid of some stuff here real quick. And sorry for those of you on TikTok, there may be some guys who look like us on different platforms, in particular YouTube. So, okay, the 50-week moving average is, let me just get rid of the EMAs as well. 50-week moving average is the green line. And the green line, so Bitcoin went down to the 50-week moving average and then actually had a bunch of closes right below the 50-week, and then went above it, but then COVID, and then went right back above it. So it may be, there is a possibility. This is kind of, I guess, hopium for you. What we've been through with Bitcoin is very similar to 2019, except I'm convinced that if we didn't have the ETFs, that Bitcoin would not have hit a new all-time high in 2024 and 2025. So because of the ETFs, we did hit a new all-time high. Without the ETFs, I don't think we would have hit a new all-time high with Bitcoin at all in 2024, 2025. So 6 or 7 weeks below the 50-week moving average, and just below the 50-week moving average. And then we had COVID and all that. And then it just held that 50-week the entire time, the rest of that time. That is a possibility. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but I am saying that is definitely a possibility of something similar to what is going to happen with us. Now, it took, after Bitcoin did lose the 50-week moving average, it took about 12 months for Bitcoin to break through its 2021 peak. Or sorry, not 2020, it's 2019 peak. And so if this is 2019 with ETFs, what I am telling you is under this scenario where we do lose the 50-week moving average, that it's going to take less than 12 months for Bitcoin to put in a new all-time high. I am thoroughly convinced. Again, if I'm turning bearish, if we close below the 50-week moving average, I'm thoroughly convinced that it's going to take less than 12 months my target would be something like 6 months, 6 to 8 months, something like that, of waiting for a new all-time high with Bitcoin. Which, how low does Bitcoin go after that? I don't have any thoughts on that yet, but I'll process that at a later time.
By the way,
Yeah,
you throw out the C19 crash, but I would argue like, hey, October 10th, structurally, you could make an argument, you could make a case that, I mean, that was a proper black swan.
yeah.
So that's
So, I
kind of
mean, with that in mind, like, all right, if we have a black swan, forget about. I mean, maybe we do have a COVID crash, kind of thing like that. Sure.
well,
I
I'm
mean,
saying that the
yeah,
October 10th crash from the
yeah,
depegging was basically the same violence of the
yeah,
C19 crash.
yeah. So, and I just want to be clear. I'll hand it over to you in a second, Devin. You might have an entirely different perspective. I wouldn't be surprised if you did. But I'm still waiting for the weekly close. This is just me mentally preparing for if the weekly close is below certain levels, then okay, you know what? This is kind of my thought process here. 2019 with the ETFs.
What day and time is the weekly close, you know?
I mean, are you asking me because other people don't know, or um
No,
all right,
no.
weekly close is midnight UTC. Um Midnight UTC on Sunday.
There
So
we go.
that's 7 p.m. Eastern time, United States, 6
All
p.m.
right.
Central.
All right, we'll stream it. We'll just be like biting our nails live. What are
Yeah.
we gonna get? What do
Pure
you got?
hopium. Somebody's coming. Pure hopium. I literally said the word hopium. Um, Although you're saying something different. Never mind. I'm just going to ignore that comment now. So anyway,
All right. I derailed you here. I'll let you continue.
no, I'm done.
Okay. All right. So I think that basically a bit of the same, but a different stage. It's basically where I more think that the October 10th Black Swan that took place was our C19 crash in
Mhm.
that same sort of structure. And I have the beard bet, $95,000. People were trying to crucify me and persecute me, saying I said 103 was the number. I was talking about a number that would concern me, getting daily body closes below 103. But $95,000 daily body close between now and December 2nd, and I will shave my beard. I think that the 28-day low is in. I have not seen this level of capitulation and fear and just sort of nastiness from people since April. So that's where I'm at with it. I am, I've called, there's only been one bottom that I've called that I was wrong, and that was last February. Um, so that's my track record. There's never been a beard bet bottom that I've called where I had to lose my beard. So we'll see. The streak is on the line. I don't think that we go lower between now and December. And December's not there's not any like magic about December. It's just like I'm not gonna leave it out there for like, you know, if I had the structural move right, but then 45 days later, something else happens. I'm not gonna shave it because of
Yeah.
that. So that's all that is. It's not even that I am predicting something in December. So there you go. Ski, are you still doing the 100K trading challenge? I am basically break even because I had two pretty bad trades. I was up to 1,300, but I'm still at 1,000 right now on that. So got a reset on that. But so the thing that is very interesting. Okay, so let's start it off with. We'll start off with Bitcoin. Basically, it's still following the structure we would expect to bounce out of here. That's what I expect to happen. And right now on the 5-hour chart, let's go to a different chart. On the 5-hour chart, as of right now, Bitcoin's just putting in a higher low. So like this is, by the way, here's the beaver moon for the
Yeah, that moon looked very beautiful the other day.
yeah. So yeah, so was this the local bottom? History would say a good chance. But we just put in a higher low so far. And what I would like to see from Bitcoin is to take out this little height right here and kind of waddle its way out of here. And that would be a body close above 104.5. That would be beautiful. Um, so Ethereum and Solana, to me, I'm actually there's not many moments when I'm more bullish on Ethereum and Solana. This is one of those moments. Okay, let's get rid of the moon here. Go away, moon. Um, so this in Elliott waves, you typically have 5 waves to the up or the down, and then you get an ABC correction. That's the normal structural pattern. But what you get a lot of times too is a 7-wave structure, and this is a crashing structure. And I have my invalidation numbers for both of these. But if this is correct, if this holds true, then you can almost bank on this being the bottom here. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then on the 7th wave, you get confluence with being massively, massively oversold on the RSI. In fact, this is all the way down to 10. Now, just by itself, just without forget the waves, but just by itself, when you get this oversold and cross to the upside, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get at least a 10% move off of that. It doesn't mean that the bottom is in, but you get some sort of impulse correction. So like here's the last time we can see. We'll just do a couple. Just with the RSI being this oversold, you typically like this is a 24% move, and then here's another one over here. When we got this oversold, this was a 23% move. So it doesn't get this oversold that much is the point of what I'm saying. And it doesn't mean like, oh, that's it forever. But you typically get a bounce from those levels, especially once you've gotten across on the RSI. But then when you conflue that with the 7-wave crashing structure, this is a crashing structure, and this typically does mark the bottom. And I have here basically what I would anticipate to happen if this were to hold true. This would be wave 1 out of here. Then we would get a pullback from Ethereum, and then we would go and test the all-time high, followed by going into price discovery. Okay. Now, what would invalidate this would be daily body closes below this wick over here. If we start getting that, it means one of two things. It means either A, the 7-wave is not complete, or B, we're doing probably a 5-wave with an ABC. But I feel very strong about this. I have not been this bullish in the micro moments. Like I'm always have a general bias to being bullish, especially on a long enough time frame. Like I see when we get really overbought, and then I'll be slightly bearish and I'll say, hey, we're going to cool off here. Just like when Bitcoin was at 126, Alex and I both came on here. We didn't expect this to come back to 100K, but we both said that we would cool off and, test the bottom of the range again. But there's moments when I get bearish, but generally with a long enough time horizon, I am more bullish. But in this micro moment in time, I have not been this bullish since April. Okay. So like I can feel the capitulation that's happening. I feel the despair. I feel the just hope. All hope is lost. I feel the anger. I feel all of it because a lot of you guys are being nasty for one thing because you guys are, you can't handle the heat. So, to that I say stay out of the kitchen. Solana has the exact same thing. I would even say that Solana's is even a bit cleaner. Where is Solana? Yeah, so crypto Twitter right now is just on full tilt. TikTok is just like there's no one that's bullish right now. There's nobody that's bullish, and that to me is when I feel the most bullish. Is when it's like there is no hope. There are no people shilling whatever. There is no, we're going to the moon. None of that stuff. So Solana has the exact same wave structure, but it's even a bit cleaner. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Even cleaner than Ethereum. Same thing right here. Really, really oversold. And we had a cross to the upside. And again, even just this indicator by itself, forget the 7 waves. Just being oversold cross the upside, you typically are going to get a 10+% move just off of that alone. But when you conflue it with fear and greed being at 20, when you conflue it with the maximum capitulation that's happening, when you conflue it with the 7 wave count, to me, it's like, man, this is a really, really good setup here. And then, someone pointed this out on my live stream yesterday. ICP ripping right now, right? And am I gonna sit here and like shill ICP? No, I'm not. I do like ICP. However, this is about as textbook of a spring as you can get, especially because we reclaimed all of these levels, right? So you had this like basically almost a year of chopping at this range here at like $4 to $7, $8, right? And then you lose it all. You lose it all in a matter of a couple of days. All hope is lost. Like people are like done, done, done with ICP. This is a multi-year loss, and then boom, you take it all back. And not only like the reason that I'm willing to say that this is like a confirmed spring, and the only thing that would invalidate it is if ICP were to come back and then lose all of this support, that would invalidate it. But the fact that you lost it, and then not only like it didn't even just get to the bottom of the range. Like if we were here at the bottom of the range here, I'd be like, that's a lot of work that we got to do. ICP ripped right through all of it and now is on top of it. So what I expect to happen is this right here, and to kind of chop on top of it before going higher. And funny enough, guess what? ICP did the exact same thing about 2 weeks before everything went crazy last year, this exact same time. So it was about a week or two before everything went crazy. ICP did the same thing here. If I could find it, where is the? Where is it? I thought there was a moment when it.
I mean, I'm looking at it. I think I'm looking at it.
Let me go on the daily.
All right.
Yeah, it's over here. Okay, so it's in 23. October of 23. It was the same thing. Like ICP lost all of the support and then went crazy up into March of 2024. And that kind of like started a pretty big rally in April. And so the same thing's happening with a couple of coins right now. Like the same thing is happening with we're seeing it almost with Bitcoin or others dominance too. Like it's in the middle of this range, so it has to kind of get above it here, just like ICP. But Filecoin, the one that I just poo poo all over, it's
I
doing it.
noticed that. Yeah.
It's doing the same thing. AR is doing the same thing, and it like we're starting to see early signs of coins that are reclaiming the pre-October 10th crash. So I'm not trying to be whatever, but this is definitely like I would be foolish to sit here and be like that means nothing. The fact that ICP not only reclaimed its previous level, but it's on top of it after all of that. And Filecoin is trying to do the same thing. AR is trying to do the same thing. So that's a really, really, really good sign. And then we see the others' dominance too is doing basically the same thing, where it's like it's reclaiming that level. So here's others' dominance right here. So you had the big spring. This is like a real deal textbook spring in Wyckoff, and especially when you conflue it with like what was the actual event that took place. It was the October 10th crash, which was a proper black swan. It was a double black swan where Trump tweeted out something about the tariffs, and then Binance had their stable coin depeg, which literally depegged every single trading pair. That's what caused it. That is fundamentally what happened. Was Binance had something depeg and everything is using Binance's oracles, and they could not trade those pairs because Binance lost the pair. That's what happened. And so we're starting to see some coins reclaim that prior level, which like HBAR has already reclaimed it,
Yeah.
So I'm definitely seeing some signs here of like, okay, especially, just where the vibes are. It's just in the dumps for real. So looking at the Russell, I don't know if we talked about this, but it's hilariously been following this. It's a bit more like really I should scrunch it down a bit, but this is about the point where we would expect a pullback here, and what we should expect is making a new high. So when I zoom out, it's like this is hilariously following this, like candle for candle. Um, and guess what happened right here? This was February of 2021. This over here was so February of 2021 and then into November. You tell me what happened. And then like gold, like we put it out, gold has topped. Like I am certain of that, especially now. Like I do not think that gold, like it. I have been shorting gold like my life depends on it, and I've been making a killing. So like
Yeah.
let's look at the.
I just want to throw something in here, and there is certainly something that really doesn't it's bizarre to me. It's not. It is like I'm looking at. All right, Cadena's up 42%, Fetch is up 48%, Zcash, my goodness, Filecoin 29%, near 20%. And I can't remember a time specifically where this has happened like this. I don't know. I mean, is there a comparable point in history
Well, I think it
where
was
it's been
like
this?
last year. It was kind of the same thing about the same time where like right after the Japan rate cuts, um, that was just the pit of despair of just like it's over. Like we're going into a recession. And then we did have a couple of coins that were just quietly kind of going crazy. And then Bitcoin after that, that's when it went on that rally into it was like mid-November, but nobody believed in the rally until we were already at 100K. Like nobody, like I'm sure you remember, nobody
Yeah,
believed.
I don't entirely agree with that comment. I've heard you say that multiple times. I think a lot of people got really excited literally the day of the election. But I mean,
Yeah, but we were already at 100K though.
no, day of the election we were at 74.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But we were at 49K though.
Yeah, and I mean, if you were talking about August, I mean, I definitely agree with you about August.
Um, so let me from my perspective, none of this was okay. This was November 12th. I guess there was a little bit when this candle was exciting. That's true.
Yeah,
Okay. So I guess it was the taking out this high over here was when people got actually excited. But that's still an all-time high. It still
yeah,
took an all-time high for people to get really really excited. But there was like really good price action even from here, even from like this dump over here. Not even like screw the Japan rate cuts, but even just from this September, even go like we'll go into October. Like that's 25% right there. No one believed in that rally for sure.
yeah,
And there was coins that were going higher because this was a mini little alt run for sure. There was definitely stuff that was going kind of crazy during this time.
yeah. So it's interesting. I mean, I'm just looking at the charts. It's looked like Bitcoin is still just. It looks like. I mean, right now it doesn't look amazing. Ethereum, same deal. But then you have these. It's becoming less random. I mean, at first we were talking about Zcash, Dash, like all the privacy coins. And then this week, ICP. I know a lot of people are going to talk about some stupid partnership with Google or whatever, and ICP. I as soon as I saw ICP pump, I was like, all right, I can't wait to short it, and I haven't still not shorted it. I'm just waiting for something, and now I'm like, I'm looking at these random altcoins. It's becoming less random because I mean, Filecoin is storage, Fetch AI up 50% is AI. Near is doing well today, so it's interesting.
So I would like to point to this too is like, just another point of data. Um, I'm not, it's going to be hard to kind of like scroll and show you, but I'm going to just keep it like this so you can see it. was there ever a point in time where Bitcoin was basically ranging as the fear was going down? So Bitcoin didn't lose like it's basically in the same range. It might have been sloping down slightly, but the fear is going down exponentially. And I would say yes, it was literally this exact same time last year, like when we were just in that grueling we kept putting in lower lows and lower highs, but basically the same big range. And I
Yeah.
would argue that's like, look how much the fear is falling off a cliff compared to the actual price of Bitcoin.
Sure. And I mean, that's similar to it's the 4-year cycle, you know, it's the 4-year cycle mindset of like, oh, hey, Bitcoin is doing terribly in the fourth quarter, and this is it. We can't have anything happen in 2026.
Yeah,
Um,
man, it's like people talk out of both sides of their mouth. I don't know. It's crazy how it's like people will say that the 4-year cycle is over, and then at the same time, it's like, well, we need to sell everything because of the 4 years. It's like, well, which is it, bro?
yeah. But I do remember the thing that has me cautious looking at the fear and greed index is I reference this a lot in 2020 in January of 2022. The fear and greed index got to 12 and Bitcoin was at $44,000. And so, I mean, Bitcoin still had much lower to go after that with barely any bounces.
I don't have any data for that.
Yeah, I've made content talking about that, so I remember it.
What was the? Let's go over here. So very few bounces. January 2022. Yeah, but the altcoins were going crazy during that time, though.
In January
For,
20, I mean, some were. I mean, Luna was. I don't remember anything else.
um, uh, I mean, you had a little bounce, but nothing crazy for Bitcoin. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's when Doge went crazy. That's when what's it called? Sh-
Are-
Shiba.
No, that was 2021.
I'm pretty sure they ran into 2022 because I remember very distinctly going into the gas station. Oh, maybe you're right. There was a little pump. I thought that there was definitely a couple of coins that were maybe they were just isolated that were pumping into 2022 January. Nope, not seeing nothing. So that's an outline. Well, there was a nice pump on Link, but nothing crazy. So yeah.
So I just muted somebody on TikTok. Bat Bar, if you're still listening, you've made your point. Can you please just you've made your point in a very arrogant way. That's the reason why I muted you. You can come back next time. He's just nonstop saying, "Oh, I disagree," and with everything that you're saying, which I know, Ski, you're not seeing it, which is a big reason why I was muting you, muting him. So anyway,
That's fine. You could disagree with me.
yeah, I just how many times do you have to say it? You know. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's fine. I bet my beard many times. We'll see. One day I'm sure I'll
yeah,
have to shave it. But
you're getting lots of comments about the beard in my live stream, which also reminds me of 20. Sorry, of earlier this year in April. You
yeah.
know, lots of comments. Oh, Ski's gonna have to shave his beard.
I have to shave
Yeah.
it. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, like, I don't know. The level of capitulation. I don't know. Like, I'd be interested to see like how it is in yours because you remain pretty neutral, I would
Yeah.
say. Um, but I haven't seen this level of capitulation in a long time. Like people are like nasty at this stage, and to me, that's a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do remember that from earlier this year. I remember there was this one account that's very, very bearish that I follow on X. And he made a comment like he started turning bullish at the right time. And he made a comment that like people were getting upset with him for turning bullish. because they were getting greedy with their shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And that really stuck out to me.
Yeah, it's man, it's like you see it get 100 calls right. Doesn't matter. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
It sucks right now, so you're the enemy. I'm selling lemonade this week to buy the dip. Let's go.
I mean, one thing that I'm just like, as I'm looking at these altcoins, they still have a long way to go. So I know Web is celebrating. Hold off a little bit, but like I I I'm more scared to short. Like when I saw ICP, if I had seen an ICP pump like that a month ago, I would have been like, I'm gonna short that thing so hard. Um, oh, John Flynn, you must be Bat Bar. Oh, you're a dork. Um, anyway, I don't even remember where. Oh, but there's something about this particular pump that I'm like, I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant. So,
Would you? No, he's muting the comments because the dude is spamming. It's
yeah,
yeah.
we can move on.
Spamming is not criticism. Nor can I even see them. So there you go. Would you consider Benjamin a 4-year cycle bro? I have no idea who that is.
Benjamin Cohen. Yeah, you don't know who Benjamin Cohen is, which is insane. Um, and he. So here's the thing with Benjamin Cohen. This was probably his biggest regret of the 2021 cycle. So things didn't go according to plan for a lot of people, but Bitcoin peaked on November 10th of 2021, and he was sitting there like being all, I'm so much smarter than all of you because I've been preaching this lengthening cycle with limited returns narrative, and it ended up being that he was wrong too. But for a few months in 2021 and early 2022, he was sitting there thinking that he was this big genius because it's like, no, oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to go higher, but it's a lengthening cycle. So now he's overcorrected in the other direction. He's overcorrecting the other direction where he is sticking to this 4-year cycle mindset. And I think it's because of his ego more than anything else. So
anyway. I have no comments. I have no idea.
Yep.
So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. I don't have any. What do you think about so and so? I don't think about other men, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. They take up zero real estate in my brain. Yeah, okay. And someone said something too, is like the government needs to open. It's like, man, that's I think I definitely underplayed the impact. And I think if it would have been a week or 2 weeks, I don't think there would have been an impact. But the fact that this is now the longest government shutdown in history,
Yeah.
I think we'd be foolish to think that that has zero impact on the market.
So, I mean, think about this. I have a really good friend who is affected by this. He's still working, but he's not going to get paid until the government shutdown is over. And I think that's true for a lot of people. And so I know, like, so his wife got some part-time work just to help make ends meet. And then all of a sudden, when the government shutdown, when the government shutdown is over, he's going to get like this wave of money getting paid. And I'm not saying that my friend's going to do this, but I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those people who are in similar situations all of a sudden start living like kings for a couple weeks, and so.
Yeah, that's the thing. So when I was in the army, it happened every couple of years where we wouldn't get paid.
Yeah.
Now I think I don't know, they might have put some stuff in into law. I'm not sure, but I do remember in 2016, we definitely did not get paid for a month, and then we still had to go to work. It was the same sort of thing. And then, but I had Navy Federal, which I still have Navy Federal. I think that's the best bank in the world. But they're really dope. So they just know that you're just eventually going to get paid. So they just would pay you whatever your last pay stub was, and then they would take that big lump
Oh,
sum.
interesting.
But
Wow.
there was definitely, so I never went without a paycheck, but there definitely was people that I was working with that did not have Navy Federal and definitely
Yeah.
did not get paid and definitely was required to go to work.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, my friend's a former Air Force guy, so yeah, same deal.
Yeah, it's you talk about all hope is lost. It's like, man, there's nothing worse than you have to go to work. You have to go to work, you will go to jail, and you're not even getting paid. And it's like people we used to say things like, I want to go home. And it would be like, we are home.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man. What about DCA out of ICP? I mean, if you're sitting on a 5X right now, like, yeah, take profit, bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, so ICP, what if it does a Zcash kind of thing? You know, it's insane. And user 600, you keep asking about Zcash, please. I'm just begging you. I am saying this to you. I would not. You should not trust your own emotions right now. I'm not saying Zcash has peaked, but anyway.
So for me, ICP, you start getting daily body closes above $8, $9. You could make an argument that this is a full like retrace. But the common thing to do with a spring, and I'll show you with Bitcoin, is you reclaim every single bit of the level and then you chop and then you go. That's the common structural move. But if you want to make an argument that this is just a V bottom, you would need to get daily bodies above, $8, $9 for
Yeah,
ICP. You start getting that, then you have a compelling case. And you guys need to understand the difference between daily body and where the actual price is residing, because they are not the same.
yeah. Now I might mess around with some of these. Like, so I mean, all right, user 600 is asking about Zcash, and I'm seeing what Zcash is doing, and it just won't stop. You know, maybe I'm gonna vomit, but maybe no, I'm not giving. Never mind. All right. Maybe ICP. Maybe I saw Mina near. Maybe they could make a similar run where there's some solid percentage gains still ahead of them. I'll buy some of those early, and we'll see.
All right, so let's do like this. We're gonna put like this kind of neckline here. Um, we'll make it like so you can see this is a proper spring right here back in for Bitcoin back in August of 24. You quickly reclaim all of it and you just kind of chop in here before going higher.
Yeah.
That is like the common. We'll give April was the same thing right here. You have this big neckline of support with the C19 crash. You reclaim all of it, then you're chopping on top of it before you go much higher. And then the same thing happened in April as well. So that is typically how springs behave. You can make an argument that ICP or whatever is smaller. So April, same thing, chop, reclaim all the level, chop for a bit, and then higher. So that's typically how they behave. That's what I would expect from ICP. But yeah, so let's look at Zcash. So we'll, um,
So people can stop asking about it for 5 minutes.
yeah, we'll buy ourselves 7 minutes here.
Yeah.
Up only. What is this? This is the market cap. Yeah, no thanks.
I'd be curious to see Zcash's market cap in comparison to 2021 or 2018.
The only market cap one I have is right here. Let's see
Oh,
if I can find a different one.
so Zcash put in a new all-time high in market cap in 2021, but it didn't get anywhere near an all-time high in its price. That was the big one that I was just like, that's what turned me on to tokenomics. That's what made me understand, like, you got to pay attention to tokenomics.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna go on Coin Market Cap and just look at it and just kind of eyeball it. So yeah, like look at this. This is
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a new all-time high.
that's like pure price discovery. Even if you
Yeah,
were to
and
pull
market
a
cap.
yeah, that's like 3618, 4618 at least.
Yeah.
3.5 times 3618. I guess we could do it like that, right?
Yeah, you go ahead and do that. I'll just sit here and listen.
3.5 times 3.618. 12.6 billion. So we were almost at 3618. So you're somewhere between the 2618 and the 3618.
Yeah. So I saw somebody call for $900. It might have been that's what they were thinking about was the 4236.
Maybe. It's hard to like I haven't found a good chart for it.
Yeah.
But even just on price, over here from this all-time high over here, we're at the 1618 even on price, no inflation. Almost to the 2618. That's 940 would be the 2618. But yeah, this is pretty hot. I mean, this is clear price discovery for sure. Like this is going I think it's dangerous to short stuff like this too, because when you get in this price discovery moment, you want to see some bearish divergences taking
Yeah.
place. Because it can just keep going. It could go all the way to 900, wouldn't be crazy. But this is definitely I have no interest in trading this personally.
Yeah. Me
Oops,
neither.
I didn't even.
I don't even have an opportunity. You can't do it on BitUnix. So
Yeah,
Banter Guy is saying it's the new Bitcoin. Hey, that's a reason for me to not want to buy it. I
yeah.
have no idea who Banter Guy is, but like if people are calling Zcash the new Bitcoin, okay, that's where we are sentiment wise. All right.
How many new bitcoins have there been, by the way?
I don't know, 2000.
Caspa was the
Caspa.
new.
I said Caspa too.
Yeah.
Caspa is the new Bitcoin. Monero is real Bitcoin.
Okay. Monero actually, like, if you're like, what did Bitcoin seek out to
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
I would make an argument that, like, it kind of Bitcoin evolved into this thing where Monero is like actually does what Bitcoin originally sought out to do.
Yeah. Okay, Bitcoin Cash, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, Zcash got to 900 in 2017. So the price is not even at a new all-time high, but the market cap is way, way beyond the all-time high.
Yeah. Rose looks pretty sweet too. Yeah, Rose has been ripping. I had Zcash 11 to 25 350 coins sold at 60, swap to algo arrow. So upset. It happens, but you never go broke taking profit.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of recommend like staggering your exits. But I definitely recommend, like, I think where you took your first profit was a good place to take profit for sure. Is the bull run over? I don't think so. I bet my beard on it that we're not going lower than 95K daily body close.
Yep. And I'm more on the neutral side. But
Alex is neutral.
and after we see a weekly close, I will be more of a
Decisive.
different mind and more decisive. So
Dominance
so
is falling.
I mean, okay, we're seeing some random junk coins pump really hard. We saw something similar happen in 2017 to 2018, where Bitcoin peaked first. If 126 was the peak, even if it is over for Bitcoin, could we finally get some kind of explosive moves with altcoins here? Maybe. I
Some
don't know.
rotation.
Yeah.
That's what you would expect. Bitcoin dominance is falling.
Yeah.
You could say that this is a higher low here. We got to take out 59.4. To me, this is going to be the line in the sand right here to say, okay, that was the end of this little relief rally, and it went further than we expected, but it's still just a little relief rally from this bigger crashing structure.
Yeah.
So 59.4 take that out. That's the line in the sand. Because you could say that this is a decent bit of support over here as well.
Oh no, we had a death cross with Bitcoin.
That's bullish.
It's like literally 50% of the time. It's 50% of the time after a death cross, Bitcoin goes down, and after a death cross, Bitcoin goes up. So
it could go up, it could go down, Alex.
I hate it when people say that when I make a video. So what you're saying, laughing while crying emoji?
Oh man. From way back in 2024, Trump said no back pay. I am no longer a government employee, so I have no idea what's going on with government employees. We dead. Who's we? We? There is no we, Jesse. Pepe's up 9% in 24 hours. Thoughts on VeChain? I still like VeChain. VeChain is also slowly trying to do the same thing that ICP is doing. I do think that there's a solid chance that ICP, funny enough, is kind of a market leader here of like a good chance that it's doing the structural thing where it's like you have this big C19 crash, which is the October 10th crash, and then you violently reclaim it before getting on top of it. So if VeChain, gets back into this range here, just like ICP, like you could definitely say, like, hey, it's doing the same move here, so it's got to get back to about 2.3 cents. It has a ways to go before there, but I mean, I think it's on the right path. We put in a higher low here. Can we put in a higher high? 186. Could Filecoin go back to all-time high?
No.
I don't think so. How's the farm going, Ski? Farm's going good. We're still the housing market is cool, so we're still waiting to sell the house. But I might just keep it. I might just keep it as a rental and just move anyways.
Please rip VeChain. I mean, all right, we're seeing these random coins do stuff. I mean, of all coins, VeChain would be one of the first that would make sense for it to just rip out of nowhere.
I had great hopes for Filecoin, but too centralized, good for clouds. I think that Filecoin is a good product, but like I've said this once, I've said it 637 times. Being a good product does not mean a good ROI investment.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially for Filecoin.
What makes a ROI investment is supply plus demand equals price, and there's too much supply. There's too much inflation of supply.
Yeah.
Too much delusion of supply for Filecoin. That's why I think it won't go to an all-time high. It has nothing to do with the team, the devs, the product. It has everything to do with the delusion of supply. Now, does that mean that it won't do ROIs? Can it do? It's up 74%. That's, what is that? 5-7 years of stock market gains? Fantastic. But are we going to reclaim all-time highs? Very, very, very unlikely. You can take out a VA loan and keep the one you have as liquidity. That was the original plan, actually, when I bought this house, because with the VA, you can do a 90% cash out refi. That was the original plan, but they hiked rates so much. Like I have 3.4% on this house. So it doesn't make sense to do that. So that was the original plan, but when they got above 5%, like it no longer made sense to do that. But I still might do that.
Keep those rates. Somebody said on my live stream on TikTok.
What do you guys think about Theta? I haven't looked at Theta in a minute, but I like Theta, the product. It's been one of the disappointing ones for sure that I liked.
All right, it's up 11% today.
We're cooked. I mean, like same thing. Like it hasn't done it yet. You have to this is a big level here. 50. What is this? 55 cents. You have to reclaim that.
Yeah.
You know, but if it reclaims it, it's doing the same structural move. That's a confirmation of the same structural move that ICP has already done.
Who knows, man? I'm sorry, I'm hungry.
Ski help.
Ski help.
uh
I just sorry, I came into this live stream expecting to talk about something, but I'm really curious with some of these altcoin movements, but they're not, none of them are big ones. That's the thing that's really fascinating.
it's not Solana, it's not
yeah,
that's right. It's the others.
Yeah.
Actually 3.4% isn't bad. Higher where I am now, rate cuts will help longer term though. Yeah, well, it's like I'm fine. So I bought my house in 2020 during like right after COVID. So it was really hard to get a house then, and there was a lot of competition as well. So and I'm grateful that we tried so hard and that we, did everything. And I bought this house like very strategically of like the pictures were weird. There were still people living in it. There was like the bones were good, but I had to remodel this entire thing. So I forced a lot of equity. Like I redid my floors. I put in a new electric panel. I did like remodeled the kitchen. I remodeled the bathroom. I put carpet in the bedrooms. Like I've done all kind of stuff to this house. I put in a new HVAC system. So I've done all kinds of stuff to the house, but I'm fine paying a higher interest rate if it's like a rental property, and that's fine with me. It doesn't matter if it's 4 or 5 or if it's 5%, all that's good. But the thing is, like, it needs to be low enough to where it makes sense to actually like where it can cash flow ROI if I'm going to keep it. Houses are coming down in 6 months. Okay, great.
Fartcoin is the next Bitcoin.
Yep.
Will Trump coin make an all-time high? Sorry, I don't think so.
Probably not. I will buy your house. I need to downsize. It's on the market. You can buy it. It's on the market. It's had a lot of work done to it. Sell your house. We're going into a recession soon. Well, then I'm not going to sell it. I'll just keep it. Rose even made a move. We're so back. Rose did make a move.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. 12.9% back to the 200-day moving average. We'll see.
Yeah. How quickly things will change.
Yeah.
Hey, my mom, I thought you were dead. Oh,
is that somebody who comments on your live streams? My mom?
Yeah, it's
okay.
Cliff.
Oh, it's Cliff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is Russell distributing? The Russell is still, like we talked about, it following the fractal from 2020 into 2021. It is still following that. It has not deviated from that fractal at this time. So this is the point where we would expect a bounce on the Russell. Probably not. It's not going to happen through the weekend, but maybe on Monday, Tuesday, whenever. I keep seeing November 22nd is happening on that day. What's happening? Like who are you talking to? Like, are we talking to palm readers? Like, what's happening on November 22nd?
It's happening.
It's happening. Oh my God. Is the Russell still around? The Russell is a very, very big factor. Okay, so I don't trade the Russell or anything like that, but the reason that I keep referring to the Russell, if you're new to my channel, is not only is it correlated to the altcoins, it is like pretty much the only major correlation. And what the Russell, when it is breaking out, what that signifies is risk on assets. So, what is the most risk on asset that exists is cryptocurrency. Okay. And if you look, like I am live on, I may or may not be live on YouTube, and you probably should not leave TikTok and go to YouTube and follow us there, and so you can see our screens. Definitely do not leave TikTok. Whatever you do, for the love of God, stay on TikTok. You hear that, big brother? I was a good noodle. All right. Anyways, it wasn't until after the C19 crash, the Russell breaks out, goes into price discovery, and then goes into textbook Wyckoff distribution. That's a topping structure. The buying climax of the distribution was March of 2021. The UTAD was November of 2021. So what happened during that time? You tell me. The Web, thanks for becoming a member for 10 months. You savage. Appreciate you, bro. Will Ethereum recover? I think so. I went over Ethereum in the beginning of the live stream. To me, it has done a 7-wave crashing structure. That's my opinions.
Yeah.
This Russell guy is a pain in my ass.
At first I thought J Pill was talking about you, but just talking about the Russell in general. It is really frustrating following the Russell.
Yeah, for sure. AVAX. I got off the live yesterday and I saw that you had asked about it. So, I mean, early stages of the same thing here for the Russell, or my God,
AVAX.
not the Russell.
Yeah.
AVAX. It went deeper than the April 10th, but it did backtest the June. I said April, October 10th crash. It just says backtest the June crash over here. So early stages. If you start losing this, then like not good. So $14, $15 daily body close below that wouldn't be good, but you could say on the 5-hour, we've already put in a higher low and we're pretty close, if not already, to putting in a higher high. What I want to see to like say, hey, it's doing the same flavor as everything else. We want to reclaim this level over here at about $18. Get back up into there, reclaim this level and start chopping. Then boom, that's a spring. Beautiful.
Let's do it. Well, I think it's about time.
It's about that time.
Yeah.
Is there a correlation if it's institutional buying or parking? Well, like, are institutions buying crypto now? Can you see us wicking to 93? Anything is possible. By the way, everyone's like, oh, we have to fill out the CME gap at 92. It's like, okay, are we going to get that one at $100 too while we're at it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes they get filled. It's not the 10 Commandments. It's not it's not etched into stone. Verily, verily, I say to thee, the CME gap must be filled before we flee. Like, no, that's not that's not a thing. It happens sometimes.
Sometimes.
What do you do for work? I do this full time. But all right, guys, I gotta run. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. We will never message you first. Those are scammers. Those are people from Pakistan, Kakistan. I'm not going to ask you about your trading. I promise. I promise I'm not going to ask about your trading. That's going to be it for this time. We're live every Friday, 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, every single Friday, the wake up call with myself and Alex. I'm normally live around 6 p.m. Central Time, and Alex is normally live, 9 a.m.?
9 a.m. Central. Now, I did say somebody's asking Alex last live for 6 weeks. I have mentioned during my live stream that I'm probably going to be cutting it short for the next few weeks because of business things that I usually do fourth quarter of the year. I will try to go live. It's going to be much more sporadic, and I will definitely be live with Ski next week and the week after. Not the week after that, because that's Thanksgiving, or the day after Thanksgiving, but
Black Friday.
Yeah. So
I'm normally live Monday through Friday, about 6 p.m. I usually put it out on Twitter about an hour before I go live because I'm a bit sporadic with I don't have a hard schedule, but it's normally sometime between 5 and 8. Okay.
yeah.
But all right, guys, that's going to be it for this time. Peace, love, prosperity. God first, God bless.